Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 697th Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I've put onto YouTube. Just to say, I've got an absolutely cracking battle here for you to watch today. Lots of action, lots of great moves all over the place in this battle, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, our first teammate is Brotherhood member Barclayman, who's bought his faction of choice, and his army includes 16 Sacred Band Spearmen and 3 fast-moving cavalry and a slinger unit. Just look at the upgrades on his infantry and you'll see that some of his infantry, I think most of them have got an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack, and some of his spearmen have just got gold shield, gold attack. So he's got his usual mixed upgraded army there. If you notice here, he's got 3 fast moving general armored bodyguard units. Remember, these guys, as I say, fast moving, they've got 2 hit points. And I think they've got something like a 22 defense on top of those 2 hit points, so they can do a lot of damage, say, to enemy archers. And as I say, this is Barclayman's faction of choice, and he's really got good with them. I suggested he could call himself Carthage Man instead of Barclayman, but he hasn't said anything about that. Okay, our next teammate is Brotherhood member Mantu. Now, Mantu's got 7 pikes, 7 archers, and 6 cavalry. Quick look at the upgrades on his pikes. Now, bearing in mind he's only got 7 pikes and he's only got gold shield, gold attack on these pikemen. Okay, now remember, Macedon morale is not very good, so just to have gold shield, gold attack on your pikes could be a bit of a risk, you know, because as I say, the morale is not very good. I would suggest maybe you need a stripe on these guys to keep them fighting longer, but it'll be interesting to see how well they do. And as I say, that's the great big long pikes of Macedon there that the enemy have got to fight down to kill the man on the other end. So as I say, it'd be interesting to see how Mantu handles those 7 pikes. If you notice, his archers have got gold shield, gold attack on. Remember, these Cretan archers are already elite archers there, so putting good upgrades on makes them even better. And oh my gosh, his companion cavalry, if you count the upgrades, 4, 5, 6, 7, fully upgraded companion cavalry. Now, in our battles, you've often seen Roman cavalry, you know, Praetorian cavalry, the impact and penetration that they've got. Well, they've only got a 6 charge bonus, which is the impact and penetration. These guys have got a massive 9 charge bonus. So you can imagine the impact and penetration that these guys have got. Plus, Mantu has fully upgraded them as well. So make no mistake, these companion cavalry with those upgrades on could be battle-winning troops there. So, as I say, that's a pretty good Mantu Macedon army there, but with only 7 pikes, with only gold shield, gold attack on. Just wonder what you guys thought. Think about that. Our next teammate is myself. Spartan Commander has got his very old Roman army of just 13 infantry and 6 cavalry. And our last teammate is clan member Orcs7. Now, he has got 7 pikes, 7 archers, and 5 cavalry. Okay, 7 pikes, as I say, 7 archers, and 5 cavalry. As far as I know, I don't think I've played with this guy before, so I'm not quite sure how good he will be. If you notice, his pikes, he's put 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. He obviously knows that Seleucid have got quite low morale, so putting 2 stripes on his pike units there will keep them fighting longer. Quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry, and yeah, you got 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his Seleucid cataphracts. Remember, we call these guys the tanks of the ancient world because they're armoured from head to toe, and used correctly, they can be battle-winning troops there. So, he's also got a chariot unit there. Now, remember what we've talked about chariots. Those of you that watched the last battle video I put on Wednesday would have seen how devastating they are when they run amok. Yes, these guys have got great attacking specifications, plus they've got a big fear factor, taking morale away from enemy troops, destabilizing them. But when they run amok, they become a menace to both friend and foe alike, and kill both friend and foe alike. As I say, those of you that watched Wednesday's battle video would have seen Seleucid amok chariots killing Seleucid cataphracts. So as I say, they are a real double-edged sword when you bring chariots, and I certainly think you need to think about it, because as I say, they can be battle-winning troops, but if they run amok, that can cause a lot of problems there. If you notice here, he's got those archers, the Seleucid archers. He's put 7 upgrades on, an experienced strike, gold shield, gold attack, but to be honest with you, they're only mid-range. They've got no armour. They can be killed really easily. But at least he's bought archers to cover his 121 man pike units that are incredibly susceptible to archer damage there. But as I say, the archers not that good for Seleucid. But as I say, he's got the cover there to cover them. But only 7 pike units. Is that enough for the modern day battlefield? So there you are. We've got a very diverse team. We've got Barclayman with Carthage, his faction of choice. We've got Mantu with Macedon. We've got myself with Rome. And we've got Jong there with Seleucid. Should be a great battle for you to watch. And here is the other team. We have Brotherhood member Crypto that has bought his standard 31k Roman army of 8 infantry, 6 archers and 6 cavalry. This is his standard 31k army that he always brings these days, I noticed. If you notice there, his 2 forward units, as we've seen before, are just gold shield, gold attack. They're the ones that take the pillars and take the first damage. And then, of course, he's got his better upgraded infantry at the back of his battle formation, where he's got 7 upgrades and experienced strike, gold shield, gold attack. He usually brings serious cavalry, and there you are, 8 upgrades, 2 experienced stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry. So as I say, that's Crypto's standard 31k Roman army. But I must say, 8 infantry always seems a bit low to me to the modern day battlefield. But he usually gets really good kills, so maybe that doesn't really make that much difference there. So as I say, that's Crypto's standard 31k Roman army. Okay, their next teammate is Brotherhood member Lando, who has also bought his standard 31k Roman army of 9 infantry, 6 archers and 5 cavalry. 9 infantry, 6 archers and 5 cavalry. As I say, that's standard 31k Roman army for Lando. You'll notice that he's got mixed upgrades. Some of his infantry have just got gold shield, gold attack, and other infantry have got an experienced strike, gold shield, gold attack. So that's his usual mixed upgraded infantry there. He usually brings serious cavalry. I notice that he's got just 3 upgrades on his archers. I'm guessing as he's an aggressive player, that will be gold attack. And as I say, he usually brings serious cavalry there, and if we count the upgrades, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Yes, as usual, fully upgraded Praetorian cavalry, 3 experienced stripes, gold shield, gold attack. So, if we look at both of their armies there, you'll see they both got incredibly well upgraded and tough cavalry, but they both got maybe not that many infantry there. As I say, 7 for Crypto and 9 for 8 for Crypto and 9 for Lando, but they've got that really well upgraded cavalry, which may well make up for that. Their next teammate is Brotherhood member Canary Kurwa. Now Canary has got 15 pikes, 3 cavalry and 2 chariots. Remember, Canary's just come back from a 2-year break from Rome Total War, and as I say, he's always a bit worried about being rusty, but as we saw in Wednesday's battle, he's still got a good playing ability there without any rust from what I could see. Okay, if you look at his Cappadocian cavalry, you'll see he's got 7 upgrades, an experienced striped, gold shield, gold attack. Those of you that might not have seen the Cappadocian cavalry, there's a close-up of them there. Very well armoured, and the elite cavalry of Pontus. And then if you have a look at his pikemen there, have a look at the upgrades. Okay, his forward units of his battle formation have just got gold shield, gold attack on. And then if you look further back in his battle formation, you'll see that his units in the middle and the rear have got 8 upgrades on, 2 experienced stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Okay, so he's got mixed upgrades. Just look at the length of those Pontus pikes. And remember, the gold shield, gold attack units at the front of his battle formation are the ones that's going to make first contact with the enemy. They're the ones that's going to suffer the casualties and hopefully weaken the enemy troops that they're up against. And then he can bring his well upgraded troops from the rear of his battle formation to finish off the enemy troops there. I think that's the thinking behind that battle formation there. And quick look at his chariots. Once again, Those of you that watched Wednesday's battle video will see how devastating they can be when they run amok. Yes, as we said before, they got great attacking specifications. Yes, they bring a big fear factor. But yes, if they run amok, as we saw on Wednesday, they kill both friend and foe alike and can be an absolute menace on the battlefield. So it's always a double-edged sword bringing the chariots, as we said earlier. Their last teammate is Brotherhood member Stevelongshanks. Now, he's bought his standard Greek cities army of 12 Spartans and 6 Cretan archers. This is Steve's standard Greek cities army. You'll notice that most of his units will have gold shield, gold attack on. Okay, most of his Spartans there. As I say, that's all really you need on Spartans there. They're such good infantry, gold shield, gold attack. But if you look at the rear units of his battle formation, you'll see that they've got 7 upgrades on an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. And believe me, when you put an experience stripe on these Spartan units, you kind of lift them out of the elite infantry bracket into the super infantry bracket. As we know, as I said before, the Spartans are great with just gold shield, gold attack on, but put a stripe on them makes them really good. And there you've got his 6 long-range elite Cretan archers. Imagine the firepower that they can bring to the battlefield there. So the other team are quite diverse as well. You've got Rome with Crypto, Rome with Lando, you've got Pontus with Canary, and you've got Greek cities with Steve. Should be a great one for you to watch. Okay, right from the very, very beginning of the battle here, you'll see Crypto doing his usual tactic here of moving his archers forward here. Like you can see, he always moves his archers forward, as we've seen in most battles that Cryptos have been, to try and target the enemy army facing him as they're moving over to their centre to team up with their teammates. As I say, if he can hit those units with his archers as they're moving, he can cause major casualties. And you can see here that Lando's running his archers forward as well, because they both know those 121-man units are incredibly susceptible to archer damage, and they could literally shoot those units to pieces if they can get in range. Especially as if those units are still moving. Okay, so you can see, as I say, both Crypto and Lando moving forward here. Very aggressive of both of them here as they move forward. As I say, this is Crypto's usual tactic there, and usually it pays off quite well for him. He can usually cause a lot of casualties to the enemy army in front of him as they're moving to team up with their teammates there. But as I say, here you can see it's a combination attack of both Lando and Crypto. And make no mistake here, they will want to try and shoot those 121-man units of orcs there, Zhong there, as much as they can. So I say, nice aggressive move there by both Lando and Crypto there. Here you can see Lando moving his infantry forward as well. He may well want to get into pilot range of those units if he can. Right, let's pause the game for a second here. So there you've got Zhong's archers there, those cheap short-range archers. He may well bring in front of his pike units there to try and shield them a bit, and maybe try and get in range of the enemy elite archers. This is a good move here by Mantu, bringing his elite Cretan archers down here to try and cover his Seleucid ally against the massed archers of Lando and Crypto. So say, nice teamwork move there by Mantu. But you can see Lando moving forward here. Now, at this stage of the battle, I wasn't quite sure what Lando was doing here. Okay, can you see he's run his army forward? Now, can you see that his 2 forward units are still running forward? Now, I couldn't work out whether he was going for the Cretan archers there, or if he's got the overrun glitch. Do you see what I mean? I'm not sure whether he had the overrun glitch. Let's pause the game for a second here. So as he ran those 2 units forward, to start off with, it looked to me like he was trying to go for those Cretan archers. But then I wondered if it was the overrun glitch, where those 2 units have run past where he wanted them to stop. Remember, we've talked about this before, the overrun glitch, where you stop, but your infantry units move further than you want them to, and that's the overrun glitch there. So I don't know what you guys think there. Maybe Lando could put the comments in about whether he deliberately did that to try and get the Cretan archers, or if it was the overrun glitch there. Okay. You can see I've moved my Scipii army forward towards Lando's army, and you can see here Crypto running his infantry forward. Now, can you guess what he wants to do with his Julii infantry? Newer players from Rome Total War, why is he running his Julii infantry so fast towards those Seleucid pikes? Why do you think he wants to do that? Okay, well, the reason he wants to do that is he wants to get into range and throw hundreds of pilers into those Seleucid pikemen there. Remember, those pikemen are incredibly susceptible to all kinds of missile damage, and if Crypto can get in range and throw all his pilers into those Seleucid units, he's going to cause massive damage to those units there. So that's why he's running forward. Plus, don't forget, his archers will be shooting into them already anyway. So as I say, here you can see him moving forward there with his infantry there, just to get in range. Look how close he's got there, look. And now he's just going to stand there and throw his pilers into those units. And as I say, he's bringing his archers forward even more, closer, look, to do more damage to those Seleucids there. And make no mistake now, those pilers are going to go in thick and fast. Well, and now this is quite a good move by the Seleucid general. He's not just going to stand there and take those pilers, look, he's going to attack. So I thought that was a nice move there by Zhang, not just standing there letting himself get shot to pieces, but actually attacking there. So I thought, good move to him, because he's going to kill some of those Julii infantry, and of course if he just stood there and took the pilers, he's just going to get his men killed without killing any of Crypto's. And as I say, make no mistake here, Crypto's archers there will be targeting those Seleucid pikemen as much as he can. Notice he's got them in close, tight formation for more impact and more damage on those Seleucid pike units there. So on our right flank here, it looks a bit precarious. I don't know what you guys think. As I say, here you got Lando's infantry there facing my Scipii infantry. And if we go over here, you'll see that Mantu's fully upgraded companion cavalry are positioned there, maybe to look to smash into the flank of Lando if he engages my infantry, or if I attack Lando there, those cavalry there could maybe smash into the flank of Lando's infantry. We just have to see as the battle unfolds what happens at this particular point. Okay, now remember that Lando, I think, has only got 9 infantry. I've got 13, so it might be to my advantage to actually attack him. But over here on our right flank, as I say, you can see now that Zhang is moving his Seleucid pikemen forward here. As I say, I think that's the best thing that he could do there. Really move in and attack the Julii infantry, rather than just stand back and let himself get shot to death with pilers. So yeah, I think that's a good move there. As I say, Crypto's only got 8 infantry as well there, so that might be another thing that Zhang was thinking there. Okay, but you can see Zhang moving the other pike units forward now to maybe get into the flank of Crypto's infantry. You can see Crypto there anticipating that. See how he's repositioned his infantry there, just in case they try a flank attack there of the Seleucid pikemen. Right, let's pause the game for a second here. So this was a nice move here by Crypto. He's already routing a couple of Seleucid units. He came in on the flank of those Seleucid units. Make no mistake though, they'd have already been greatly damaged by archer fire. So they've already weakened, which means their morale will even be lower. And remember, Seleucid morale is pretty poor anyway. And as I say, these 6 well upgraded archers in close tight formation shooting loads of arrows into those Seleucid pikes going to cause major damage. And also here, look at Steve's long range elite Cretan archers here, once again in close tight formation for more damage, more impact. And look at the volume of fire arrows that Steve, let's just follow the trail. If we look at the trail of those fire arrows there, if we follow them in, we can see that he's targeting the Seleucid pikemen too. I bet all those fire arrows are going to land right on that pike unit there. See all those fire arrows coming in there from Steve's Cretan archer, bang! Not only causing casualties, but lowering the morale even more of those Seleucid pikes there. Okay, so there you are. You can see the pikes have already been damaged. You can see, as I say, several of the Seleucid pikes units have been routed already by Crypto on this right flank of ours, causing a heck of a lot of damage. Also, I noticed here that Zhang's elite well upgraded cavalry, if you notice, they're facing away from the battle. He's positioned them there just looking like, you know, having a good view of the rear of the battlefield there. And if the enemy archers get in range of those cavalry, okay, if they get in range of his cavalry, they're going to be shooting into the rear, the weakest part of his cavalry there. So I just thought that was a strange place to put his cavalry, and strange that they're looking away from the battlefield there, but maybe he's got a tactical reason for that. Over here you'll see Barclayman here. He's got to try, I always think Barclayman's got a difficult choice with his Carthage, because he's very aware that he wants to go for the Greek cities, And don't make no mistake, Steve, the Greek city's general, knows that's what he wants to do, knows that the Carthage general wants to go for him. But of course, poor old Barclayman can't get too close because he'll be targeted by the enemy archers. Right, here you'll see now I've decided to attack Lando's army with my 13 infantry onto his 9 infantry here. Okay, so you can see I've pushed forward. I'm going to be throwing pilers into his withdrawing army. If you notice, Lando is now withdrawing his infantry now. Didn't want to stay and fight. Well, of course, if you only got 9 infantry against 13, then that the weight of the 13 numbers there and the piler damage that they can do, I think that's the best thing for Lando to do, is to withdraw his army. I think I took a couple of his units out there. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think he's only got, what, 7 units left now. So, as I say, I'm going to pull my infantry back now, and the reason for that is because I've noticed that Lando is repositioning his archers to shoot into the flank of my infantry. If I'd have left my infantry where it was, then he would have been shooting into the flank. So I'm now going to pull my infantry back and kind of redeploy them facing those archers a little bit there, so they'll be shooting at me head on. Okay, over here you'll see, as I say, Barclayman, he's bought that army specifically to target Stevelongshanks Greek cities, but he has to be careful from the archer damage there. My guess is that he's got, remember we saw he's got those 3 fast moving armoured cavalry general units, which I think he's going to have hiding in the long grass there. You saw that dark patches of grass, that's long grass where you can hide your troops. Over here, as I say, on our right flank, I think our right flank is looking like it's almost close to being broken here. This is a nice move here by Crypto, coming in on the flank of those Seleucid units, hitting the weakest part of those units. But if you notice, look at the volume of fire arrows coming in from Steve's Cretan archers there. Did you see how that when those volume of arrows hit that Cretan, that Seleucid pike unit, how it routed there with the lowering of morale from those fire arrows there? Okay, so you can see Steve really shooting into those Seleucid pikemen there. And I think Jean has only got maybe 3 pike units left now. He's lost the rest of his pike units. Let's just pause the game for a second here. So, as I say, you can see, just 3 units Jean has got left. The rest of his units have been routed here by Crypto. I think Crypto's going to get some really good kills here, because when you kill those, a lot of 121 man units, like obviously you're going to get some good kills there. And here you can see Steve has brought his Spartans up to take on the weakened pikemen there of Seleucid. Look at the short spears of Spartans there against the long pikes of Seleucid. But make no mistake, these Seleucid pikemen have been greatly weakened by archer fire, so that's why Steve's brought his Spartans up to take them on, because he wouldn't usually fight long pikes head on, but they've been weakened so much from his archer shooting into them there that he feels confident that he could take those 3 weakened pike units out with his Spartans. Okay, so as I say, it looks to me like our right flank and possibly our right centre could be in danger of being broken here by the enemy troops. Okay, now you've got Mantu's fully upgraded companion cavalry. Look, bang, as they charge in to Crypto's infantry. Okay, now I noticed something a bit strange about this. Now this was a really aggressive move there by Mantu, charging his fully upgraded companion cavalry into Crypto's Julii infantry. I thought very, very aggressive and unusual to charge a cavalry right into the front of enemy infantry. But what I found even more strange was, look, our Seleucid ally with his really well upgraded cataphracts there is just stood there. Now, if he charged those cavalry in with Mantus, I don't know what you guys think. Look, he's even, as I say, we looked at these guys before, they're just looking to the back of the battlefield. But I'm just thinking, if he charged in through Mantu's cavalry into Crypto's Julii cavalry, they could well have caused a mass rout of Crypto's army. I don't know what you guys think. Maybe I might be wrong there, but that's what it looks like to me. As I say, here you can see Barclayman bringing Carthage's faction of choice over to try and counter Steve's Spartans there. Okay, but just look at all these Cretan archers and all of Crypto's archers are shooting in, and they would love to get those Carthage units in range of their archers there to do damage to Carthage as well. But over here, as I say, on our right flank, you can see Mantu's done a massive cavalry hit on Crypto's infantry. And if he doesn't get his cavalry out there soon, he's going to get hit by Crypto's well-upgraded Julii cavalry as well. But just look at our Seleucid allies' cavalry not moving. You know, no disrespect to him, but I'd have thought he might have turned and joined his Macedonian ally to attack. Well, there you are. Now you can see that the Seleucid cavalry is moving forward now. I think Mantu might have shouted help to Zhong there, which prompted him into action, I think, or maybe Mantu might have used some slightly more careful words there. But as I say, you can see there now that Crypto's moving his cavalry back, and Zhong is now moving his cataphracts back. He moved them forward a little bit, and now he's decided to move them back now. So let's say this right flank of ours looks up in the air to me at the moment. I don't know what you guys think. It just looks completely up in the air. But luckily, as we know, Crypto's infantry numbers are very small, so he may not be able to make most of the situation here on our right flank with such a small amount of infantry. And as you can see, they've been battle depleted as well. So maybe our right flank does look kind of delicate, but as I say, because Crypto's only got a small amount of infantry, he might not be able to make the most of the situation on our right flank, if you see what I mean. Here Zhong's moving his cataphracts around a little bit more on that right flank. Okay, so let's just pause the game for a second here. So as I say, here you can see that I've integrated my Scipii army with Mantu's Macedonian pikemen there. Maybe to counter the enemy SPQR troops if they try to start throwing pilers into Macedon. My forward units would take the pilers, and then you got the Greek cities possibly moving in there to attack Macedon, although I'm not sure Steve really wants to do that. And over here you'll see that it looks to me like the two fast moving units of Barclayman's cavalry units there has managed to take out a chariot unit there. If you look at all the dead Pontus chariot men there, you can see some Carthage dead cavalry amongst them there, so they must have taken out that chariot unit, which is good news for us. But if you notice here, can you see that Lando's got his cavalry, fully upgraded cavalry, locked and loaded? Okay, can you see that? And what I'm thinking that Barclayman's hoping is that Lando's going to move that cavalry away from his archers, and then Barclayman would charge those two units into Lando's archers. That's what I'm thinking that Barclayman's thinking there. But meanwhile, let's say over on our right flank here, you can see you've got Mantu's fully upgraded companion cavalry, Macedonian companion cavalry, plus you've got the very well upgraded Seleucid cataphracts here on our right flank. And as I say, you can see that Crypto's infantry has been battle damaged, and bearing in mind, what did he only had 8 infantry to start off with, and they're already battle damaged there. So maybe Mantu and Zhong here might think that a big cavalry hit could maybe weaken them even more. But as I say, Crypto's cavalry is locked and loaded as well, ready to cover his infantry. I think this is a good move by Crypto there, pulling his infantry back. You can probably see the danger from the well upgraded enemy cavalry there, so that's why he's decided to pull his Julii infantry back. So yeah, I think that's a good tactical move there by Crypto. Okay, so let's just pause the game for a second. So as I say here, you've got 2 lots of our cavalry there. They may well look to go around the flank there and maybe look in a combined attack to hit Crypto's cavalry. I don't know if you guys think that would be a good idea. Remember, Crypto's cavalry's got 8 upgrades on, so they're quite serious cavalry themselves there. Might be something that Mantu and Zhong are thinking about. Right, now this is a nice tactical move here by Lando. He's trying to get round the flank of our Macedonian ally. Look, can you see that? It's a good move. He doesn't want to take those pikes head on, so he wants to go around the flank. He's got his archers here, shooting loads of arrows into the flank of Mantu's Macedonian units there. Okay, maybe targeting the slingers there as well. Plus he's got his cavalry there as well. So you can see this is a good move here by Lando, bringing his infantry round the flank of our Macedonian ally. And he's got his archers shooting into us. He's got his cavalry there backing up his infantry and archers. Just look at the volume of arrows coming in from Lando onto poor old Mantu's units, into the flank of Mantu's units. Remember, the flank and rear of units on RTW are the weakest points, so if you can move your archers around to try and target the flank of enemy units, that's very useful. Right, if you notice here, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring my Scipii army over here to counter Lando's infantry. Now if you notice there, Lando's only got 7 infantry and they look quite battle damaged to me. Some of his units look quite battle damaged. Now I've still got most of my infantry, which I'm going to charge into Lando now just to try and counter his attack round the flank here. And you can see here Lando's attacking our Macedonian ally from the flank. You've got Stevelongshanks, Spartans there attacking those pikemen head on. Now that's something that I wouldn't normally do, is use my Spartans head on against Macedon, because I know the long pikes of Macedon are pretty effective against short spears of Spartans. Right. Okay, so here on our left flank, you can see Lando being his usual aggressive self, charging his cavalry, which are fully upgraded, remember, fully upgraded Praetorian cavalry, into my infantry. Okay, but I've got my cavalry locked and loaded, expecting this attack from Lando, and I'm going to counter-attack with my cavalry. Now, it could be a make or break of the battle on that left flank. Now, you can see here that some of Mantu's infantry, his pikemen, have been severely weakened by archer fire. I think that's why Steve's attacking with his Greek cities, because he can see those Macedonian units are very weakened. But you can see that Barclayman has got some of his spear units in behind our Macedonian ally, plus he's got spear units over here on the right flank to prop up our right flank a bit against any Julii attack or Pontus pikeman attack there. So I say once again, Barclayman showing that Carthage is his faction of choice because he can use it so well. But as I say, over here on our left flank, what I'd like to do here is try and take out the SPQR army. But you can see that cavalry charging out, and bang! And then you can see my cavalry counter-attacking here, and bang! As I smashed it in there. Remember that if you can hit cavalry after it's charged, so you're the second hit, if you see what I mean, into them, then you can cause them a lot of casualties there, because they're just stood fighting as your cavalry sweeps in. Do you see what I mean? So you can see there, I've charged my cavalry in there to counter Lando's fully upgraded cavalry attack. Unfortunately for me, Steve here, look at this angle, look, can you see he can shoot into the flank of my infantry? Make no mistake, those 6 masked archers are going to be shooting loads of arrows into the flank of my infantry as Lando smashes in to the forward units of my battle formation there. So not only am I fighting Lando's infantry and fully upgraded cavalry, I've got all of Steve's archers plus all of Lando's archers shooting into me as well. Okay, so there's a heck of a lot of missiles coming in on my infantry, but I would like to try and take out Lando's army if I could. Now you can see several of our Macedonian allies have been units have been routed here, so you can see now that Barclayman is moving his Carthage Sacred Band units into the breach. Okay, so Sacred Band there of Barclayman stepping into the breach. Meanwhile, here you can see that Canary has bought a couple of his pike units over here to help Crypto's army against any possible cavalry attack. Plus, you can see Canary has bought his Cappadocian cavalry over here as well to strengthen Crypto's cavalry. Once again, you can see Zhong's cavalry there moving away from the battle, once again facing away from the battle. So I presume there must be a tactical reason for that, but we'll just have to wait and see. Maybe he's holding his cavalry back to the end and try and sweep in and get big kills, like we know some players on RTW do. But at the moment, as I say, I'm getting loads of arrows coming in on my infantry, plus I'm being hit by that SPQR cavalry and infantry there. Okay, so as I say here, if I could take out Lando's army, that could give us a big advantage on this left flank of ours. Right, you can see Lando pulling his cavalry back to lock and load it and charge it in, but look how weakened his cavalry are now. And you can see I'm pulling my cavalry back, but all the time those fire arrows of Steve are causing me a lot of catches, so I don't want to bring my cavalry back too far before I charge back in, because I'm going to get hit by arrows. Right, you see I'm locked and loaded, and bang! As I charge in there, I'm going to run my infantry forward as well with a surge attack. Can you see my infantry running forward? So I'm doing a surge attack on my infantry, plus my cavalry just smashed in. You can see Lando counter-attack with his cavalry, and bang, as they went in there as well. But if you notice, I'm running my infantry and cavalry forward now to try and take out what's left of Lando's army. Right, you can see here Canary has brought his Cappadocian cavalry over, but remember, Pontus' morale's not very good, and bang, as he smashes in there. Okay, so that was a nice hit there by Canary there with his Cappadocian cavalry, but there was a Carthage spear unit there as well of Barclayman that kind of deflected that attack by his cavalry there. But you can see Steve's bringing some of his Spartans over. Good news for us, we've now routed Lando's general, so we've taken the morale bonus away from the SPQR army there. And as I say, those Cappadocian cavalry, they won't have a lot of they won't have a lot of morale, but you can see Steve bringing his Spartans in there. And over here, you can see I am now attacking Lando's archers that have been causing us so many casualties. So this is a bit of a revenge attack there with my cavalry. But as I say, look at Steve's archers there in their close tight formation, shooting a load of arrows into us there. Okay, so here you'll see that the Pontus pikes of Canary there are taking on our Macedonian ally. You've got some Spartans and more Pontus pikes there attacking Carthage. But look at that line of Carthage Sacred Band spearmen there behind our Macedonian ally, ready to take on the enemy if they break through there. So as I say, look at the disposition of Carthage. I think Barclayman's done really well with them. Over on our right flank, you've got a couple of Canary's pike units there, maybe there to help against any attack from our troops. But once again, look at these well upgraded Seleucid cavalry. Once again, look, all the way over there, a long way from the battlefield, just looking like, you know, maybe having a view of the battlefield over there, when maybe they could attack Crypto's cavalry. I don't know. But as I say, maybe Zhong's tactic here is to keep the cavalry back right to the end of the battle and charge them in to get the big kills, like we see other people in RTW doing there, letting his teammates do all the heavy lifting. You can see Mantu's cavalry and Barclayman's fast moving cavalry in behind us. But as I say, over here on the left flank, I would have loved to have taken out Lando's army there, which has looked like we've managed to do there. As I say, taking his archers out. Right, now can you see the Cappadocian cavalry there of Canaries have now routed? Okay, you can see those cavalry are routing. So the problem for me now, I remember in this battle, I was in two minds of what I should do. And I'm going to ask you your opinion on this, because I don't know whether I made the right decision. Now what I'm thinking is here, should I carry on chasing these enemy Cappadocian cavalry down to stop them rallying? Okay, you know we talked about this a lot. Chase down routers, don't let them rally. So should I chase after them, or should I smash into Steve's massed archers here that have been killing us in large numbers? So which would you do? Would you chase down the routing Cappadocian cavalry, or go for Steve's archers? Which would you do? And as I say, I don't know whether I made the right decision or not. I'll let you see what I'm going to do in a minute. But over here you'll see that some of our Macedonian allies' units have been routed there. But as I say, our Carthage Sacred Band ally there, Barclayman's got a line of Sacred Band spearmen there ready to hit those Pontus pikes. Right, so what I've decided here is I'm going to go for Steve's archers. Okay, I want to take out Steve's archers here that have been killing us in large numbers all game, and bang, as my cavalry smash in to those archers there. Now I can see Crypto's well upgraded cavalry coming in on me. He's got better upgrades than me, and my cavalry's battle damage there. But if you notice there, I've taken out, routed most of those Cretan archers, which is what I wanted to do. But the Cappadocian cavalry that we'd routed has now rallied and come back into the fray. So was that the best decision of mine, to go for the archers instead of chasing down the Cappadocian cavalry? I just wonder what you guys thought. Please leave your comments in the comments. Be interested to see what you think. Here you got SPQR rallied infantry and Steve's Spartan general coming in, plus that basically intact Julii cavalry of Crypto hitting me there. Over here you'll see that Mantu once again is charged his fully upgraded companion cavalry into the flank of those Spartans there, routing 2 units. So nice hit there. Plus we've got Barclayman's got a couple of his spear units there into the back of those Carthage. Into the back of those that Spartan unit that's left there. So nice support there by Mantu and Barclayman here on our left flank. I'm going to lose all my cavalry here, but was it worth taking out those Cretan archers? I don't know what you guys think. Or should I have chased down those routing Cappadocian cavalry? So as I say, I was caught in two minds there, and I really would like your opinion on it, because I think it'd be interesting to see what we all think about that. Okay, so let's just pause the game for a second here. So over here, on our right flank here, you'll see that Barclayman's been using his fast-moving cavalry units to mop up enemy archers and to go into the back of tired troops. So it wouldn't surprise me if Barclayman gets some good kills here. Plus, his spearmen have been taking out large 121-man units there. But as I say, he's been doing really well there with those fast-moving cavalry taking out the enemy archers. Now, once again, now here all of a sudden, Zhong has decided to bring his cataphracts back into the fray. You can see he's moving them towards the battle now. Now, as I say, I don't know whether his tactic was to keep his cavalry out of the battle, let his allies do all the heavy lifting, and then he charges his cavalry in for the big kills. I don't know whether that was the tactic. We see that done quite a lot on RTW these days, so that might be the tactic that he's adopting there. But I just thought it's strange how he's been keeping those well-upgraded cavalry out of the fray till, like, towards the end of the battle. I don't think Mantu was too happy with him, but there you go. That, as I say, Zhong may well, you know, have had some tactical reasons for doing that. So, as I say, you can see me moving my Scipii army forward there towards the enemy Julii cavalry. Now, some of Steve's archers have rallied and are starting to shoot fire arrows, I think, into Mantu's cavalry there. Okay. So as I say, you can see my infantry moving forward there. My Scipii infantry moving forward here towards the enemy cavalry. But if you look at Crypto and, of course, the rallied units of Pontus cavalry there, and now you can see that our Seleucid ally is bringing his well-upgraded fresh cataphracts. He may well attack them there. But I got a feeling here that the enemy cavalry may well target my infantry. Okay, that's what I'm thinking, that the enemy may well be looking to target my Scipii infantry there. As I say, Crypto's cavalry are basically intact. And they, if you remember, they had 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Okay, and he may well move his cavalry around the flank to come into the flank of my infantry. Right, what I want to do now is attack the rear of those Pontus pikemen there. Can you see? I'm charging into the back of Canary's units there. Oh, that's bad news for us. Mantu's lost his general. As you can see, Crypto's well-upgraded cavalry there has just routed him. You can see that Cappadocian cavalry looking to charge in there like a bang as that unit smashes in there. But the thing that's worrying me most is Crypto's cavalry. Look at the mass load of cavalry charging in, and my battle-damaged infantry. Plus, you got Lando's cavalry unit charging in there. Look, get ready for this. And bang as he smashes in there. Whoa, what a massive cavalry attack in on my infantry. Look at that cavalry penetration. Oh my gosh, look at that cavalry penetration into my tired and battle damaged infantry there. That was a nice hit there by Crypto. Really good hit there. Well done to him there. It was a really aggressive smash there into my infantry. Plus, like, I'm being sandwich attacked. I got a Pontus pike unit coming in behind my infantry as well. So that was like a sandwich attack there. Hammer and anvil attack. That Pontus unit being the anvil, and of course Crypto's cavalry being the hammer. So that was a really good combination hit there by Crypto and, of course, Canary's pike unit there. You've got those Cappadocian cavalry charging in as well there. Look. So as I say, I'm amazed I got any infantry units left, to be honest. Over here you can see that Barclayman, okay, with the help of his cavalry and the Seleucid cavalry there, has managed to rout what was left of, I think it's Crypto's army and Pontus, enemy Pontus troops there. You work on it. Crypto's general has been killed. So a good combination there of cavalry and infantry there of Barclayman and Zhong's. I notice he's got one of his Seleucid units in there as well. Okay, now here you'll see that Mantu's going to charge his fully upgraded companion cavalry into the enemy Julii cavalry. Get ready for this, and bang as he smashes in there. And you can see our ally has finally brought his Seleucid cataphracts into the fray as well there. Can you see charging his cataphracts, his fresh, almost fully intact cavalry there into the enemy Julii cavalry there. So we're doing quite well here now on our left flank. So as I say there, you can see that unfortunately Mantu's general unit's been routed there, but I think his general's already been killed anyway. But you can see here that our cataphract allies there of Zhong is now attacking the enemy Julii cavalry there. There's that general unit of Zhong's coming in like a bang as that smashes in there. And you can see you got Mantu's fully upgraded companion cavalry. I'm running my infantry forward into that Julii cavalry as well. What infantry I've got left, I'm charging in there as well. Plus you've got some Carthage spear units in there as well. So it looks to me like we've routed most of the enemy Julii cavalry of Cryptos there. But make no mistake, I think Crypto's going to get some good kills in this battle there. His archers were killing loads of us. His well upgraded cavalry has just caused a lot of casualties, and his infantry did at the beginning there. Right, you can see Steve's got 2 Spartan units left, and you can see that Canary has still got some of his Pontus units left there as well. But I can see Carthage Sacred Band units closing in on them, so that's good news for us there. You can see those cataphracts there being used by Jean. That's the Pontus general's just been taken out, so as we know, Pontus morale's not very good anyway. So I would think that those Pontus units would rout quite quickly. Right, from what I can see now, it's only Steve's general unit that's left. There, can you see? And you can see now that our Seleucid ally is deciding to charge his cavalry units into Steve's Spartan unit there. If you look closely, you'll see the Seleucid general there fighting. There you can see there's a Seleucid general there. You can see him fighting the enemy troops. You can see there's Cretan archers been thrown in there as well. So well done to our Seleucid ally there with his cavalry. So it looks like our team has managed to go on to win the battle there. So well done to my allies there. I thought they did really well. If you notice, I've got 3 units left. What's that? 23 men in that unit, 21 men in that unit, and 4 men left in that unit. And that is the entirety of my army. That's all I've got left. It just goes to show how much this was a real battle of attrition there. So well done to my allies. I think they're going to get some good kills. Well done to Barclayman there with his faction of choice, doing extremely well once again with Carthage. If you notice here, the Seleucid archers that John bought, they've got their swords out, so they've been shooting all their arrows into the enemy troops. If you look right over here on the right flank, you'll see there's been like some skirmishing over here on the right flank. You can tell by the scattered dead there. There's a lot of skirmishing going on over here on our far right flank. And as we move further in, see all those charred dead bodies. I thought this was interesting, seeing the line of Spartan dead and I think is that Seleucid dead there. Okay, so you can see there's not many troops in between those 2 lines of dead there, so it wasn't like hand-to-hand fighting with swords. This was all done by spear and pike. You see what I mean? So that big line of Seleucid there and big line of Spartans there was pike rather than hand-to-hand fighting with swords there. Here you can see big piles of dead as we move across the battlefield there. Just look at all those dead there. As I say, in all the battle videos that we watched, the red dead cloaks of the Spartans there really show up in the on the green battlefield there. And over here, look at this for intensity of fighting. Oh my god, I mean, that literally is a carpet of dead. Could you walk across this part of the battlefield without stepping on a dead body? It's like, it is basically like a carpet of dead there, isn't it? And as we move up here once again, look at the intensity here. You can see those red Julii cavalry of Crypto there. They really stick out on the battlefield, don't they, of where they were killed. So as I say, it was an intense battle of attrition there, and as I say, I've only got 3 units left. So, the first thing I would like to say is really well played to everybody in the game. I thought everybody played well. Well done, guys. Great battle. And what surprised me was an average victory. I don't know about you guys. I thought this was going to be close. We must have just edged into average. Highest kills in the game, as we thought, goes to Brotherhood member Barclayman, using his faction of choice, 1,615 kills. So well done, Barclayman, as I say, with Carthage, his faction of choice, that he has got absolutely expert with. I'm surprised he doesn't call himself Carthage Man. Right, okay, so well done to Brotherhood member Crypto, second highest kills in the game, 1,550, so well done to him. Well done to Lando, got some good kills too, with his SPQR SPQR army. Well done to Canary. Probably didn't get the kills that he wanted to there, but I thought he still did really well with his army. And well done to Steve. I'm not sure 1,036 kills is what he would have expected with Greek cities, so he's probably a bit disappointed, but I thought he played well as well. So really well played, guys. A great battle. Thought you all played well. My kills 1,487. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. That's pretty good kills for me. So yeah, I'm pleased with that. As I say, well done to Barclayman, highest kills in the game once again with his faction of choice. Well done to Mantu, got some good kills with Macedon there. I thought he did well. And well done to Zhong. Now he got some pretty good kills there as well, bearing in mind that he didn't bring his cavalry until later on in the battle there. I thought he's got some really good kills there. So well done to him. So I'd say it's a very diverse battle. If you look at our team, look, Rome, Carthage, Macedon and Seleucid. So we were really diverse with our team, and they've got Rome, Pontus and Greek cities. So just to ask you a question, do you think that either team had faction advantage? I'm always interested in your thoughts on this. Do you think either team did, or do you think it was pretty even in the end? Okay, this is Spartan Commander saying hope you enjoyed the battle. Look forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now.